I interpret self-worth. Everyone has a debit or a credit card, right? If you don't, I'm going to pray for you, but I still hope you understand my analogy. When you spend money with your debit or credit card, they call it a debit to your account. It usually shows up as red on your checking account or your bank statement. But when you make a credit, like you make a deposit to your account, it shows up as blue. That's called a credit to your account. That's how I look at self-worth. Every single day we have debits or credits to our self-worth account. You're walking down the street and someone compliments you. Yes, polka dots. What's that? Debit or credit? That's a credit. Or you do a really good job on a presentation that you've been cramming for and your boss comes up to you and says, good job, debit or credit. That's a credit. Or you're on IG and your IG crush DM you for some odd reason and tell you, hey, I know you feeling me, but right now I'm not looking for anything serious, but you are. Is that a debit or a credit? Kind of in between, but more of a debit. Or the person you've been dating for the last 3 months, you guys have sex for the first time, but they decide they no longer want to talk to you anymore. Debit or credit? That's a big debit. Or lastly, the person you've been with for 2-3 years, y'all a relationship goes all over Instagram, Facebook, social media, decide they want to cheat on you. Is that debit or credit? Huge debit. That's what I'm saying. Do you guys kind of get? Debit is taken away from your account. Credit is depositing into your account. So I'm going to use myself as the example for today. And just for presentation purposes, we're going to say that everyone starts off with $100 in self-worth. No, it's kind of a low number, but you kind of feel me. I just want to start with that number. I had my first debit when I was 4 years old. Yes, I said 4 years old. It starts that soon. When I was 4, I asked my mom to see my dad. My mom and my dad were never married, so she had to take me to his house. So we got in the car, it was nighttime. She drove me this long distance, and I'm super excited in the backseat. She parks and she walks up to the door, she knocks. He comes outside. When he comes outside, he looks like he's not too happy about us being there. So they get into an argument. Can't really hear what they're saying, but as they get closer, the last thing I heard my father say was, "Why did you bring her here? My wife is inside." From that day forward, I never asked for my father again. I never even saw my father again. And that was a huge debit to my self-worth account because at that moment, I no longer felt worthy of a man's love or affection because the man who was supposed to love me unconditionally asked my mom, "Why did you bring her here? My wife is inside." He picked that situation over me in my 4-year-old mind. So that was the first debit to my account. Huge debit. I'll say like $20. Moving on, fast forward, 5th to 8th grade, I was bullied really, really bad. I once got invited to a sleepover where everyone at the sleepover, it was like 10 to 15 people, decided, joke's on Ashley. We're going to talk about Ashley the entire sleepover. Even the person who was supposed to be my best friend joined in on talking about me, making fun of me. Another huge debit to my account. Then I moved to Atlanta. I'm originally from Mississippi. I moved to Atlanta, got into high school, and I started getting a few credits because I started to catch my swag a little bit. I'm the new girl. You know, the guys love the new girl, so they're talking to me. I'm dating, but I'm still a virgin, so that's a good thing. So I'm not allowing it to go too crazy, but no one told me about dating. So it was kind of like the blind leading the blind. So I bumped my head a few times, but it still wasn't that bad until the monument happened. I lost my virginity at 18. And when I lost my virginity, 2 months after losing it, my first decides he wants to cheat on me. Huge debit to my account because I had never been heartbroken before. He was my first love. I didn't know how to get over it. It was just a whole lot going on. So I'm going to say that was like $40. So at this point, I'm below $50. I'm about to go into overdraft, but it's time to go to college. And in college, you really need some self-worth if you are going to college because you need that confidence to get through the day-to-day, to get through your studies, and you're about to be in a new environment. So I'm going into college with this less than $40 self-worth balance. But how do you get self-worth? Can I go on Amazon? Can I Google it and say, hey, let me get some self-worth? No, can't buy it. Can I get a self-worth loan from Chase? Can I call my homegirl like, hey, girl, I'm about to go to college. I only got $40 in self-worth. Can you cash out me some self-worth? No, can't do that. The key to self-worth is self. But I didn't know that. So I'm going into college and I'm about to get me some dude folk in order to increase my self-worth because that was my strategy. I felt like if I could get a man to validate me, then I can increase my self-worth. Yeah, it's crazy, I know. But anyway, so I'm casually dating. Again, I'm a fresh meat. I'm the new girl, so I'm getting a lot of credits because I'm juggling these folks out here. I got a few men folk, but then I started liking somebody. It always started with that when you start liking somebody. He was cute. He was smart. He was in a fraternity, y'all. I'm not going to tell y'all which one, but I wanted this dude so bad because I told myself if I can get him to wife me, then that would double my self-worth account. Because with him being who he is, the guy that everybody wants, if he can validate me, then that would double validate me. Isn't it funny how we use people and situations to tell us how worthy we are? You tell yourself, if I get married, then I'll be worthy then. If I get that promotion at work, I'm definitely going to be worth it then. Or if I can get him to leave her by getting me pregnant, then he'll definitely think I'm good enough. Interesting. Back to Fraternity Bay. So 8 months in the game, I'm trying to get this man to wife me. 8 months in college is like 8 years. So I'm thinking, he gets to wife me. We've been going at this for 8 months. Well, he decides he don't want to wife the kid. And I see him on campus with another girl. So that's another debit to my account. So at this point, I'm low. I'm probably getting like $25 in self-worth. And I said, you know what? Before I liked him, I was going out, I was doing my thing. I had a lot of different dudes. I had more credits then. So how about I just start back casually dating? But by this time, I had kind of gotten over the negative emotions about sex. So I said, look, I'm gonna start having sex again too. It's not gonna be that bad because I'm gonna pick and choose who it is. Horrible idea. So now I'm casually dating and I'm casually having sex. And by first semester of junior year, my self-worth was at a negative balance. I'm talking about foul bankruptcy on self-worth because I ain't got none. I'm at a low balance. I'm negative, honestly. I'm in overdraft at this point. Y'all, it would take me another 10 years to even break even again, to get out of the red because I didn't know what to do. No one told me the only way to get your self-worth is by spending time with me, myself, and I. I was constantly using men to do it. So if that sounds like you, or you just know that you're low in self-worth, I'm going to tell you guys the strategies that I use to increase my self-worth in this course.